What's up, everyone? So here we go. We're back in My Hero Ultra Rumble, and this video is going to be the season finale for Season 10's version of the Journey to Ace Rank. So, you guys are probably thinking, hey Tez, why are you doing post commentary for your matches? Well, see, during these last couple matches, I didn't really commentate. I didn't really talk to you guys like I normally would in my other videos. So I'm doing post commentary so I can actually legitimately talk to you guys as these matches play in the background, and you can check out my final matches and see how everything goes. I want to ask you guys, how are we feeling about the the entirety of season 10? How are we feeling about the end of season 10 and how it was handled? You know, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Speaking of endings, I want to also tell you guys that you guys should probably check out that last match that I have listed, you know, on the down below, not in the description. I mean, like on the actual video, I have it timestamped. Check out that last match. The ending to that match is absolutely crazy, and I would love for you guys to see it. It's an ending that I wouldn't have ever expected or been looking. You know, it was stunning. I'll just say that much. Please, if you don't check out any other match from this video, check out that last one. It's definitely worth it. So with that out the way. Yeah, let me go ahead and just let me actually legitimately ask you guys this question. How are we feeling about Season 10? Do we like it? Do we dislike it? Do we like crossplay? How's y'all's crossplay experience been? Have y'all turned off crossplay? Did you keep it on? I would love to hear about everything you guys, you know, dealt with in this season of My Hero Ultra Rumble. For me personally, and my experience in playing this game after crossplay and, you know, everything that Season 10 gave to us, man, it's like I don't have any real big complaints for this season, but to say the least, this season has been a nightmare for me. So, throughout my whole entire journey, I've just been getting non-stop focused. And, you know, you could argue, hey, Tez, it doesn't help that you have your full entire government, YouTube government, of course, it doesn't help that you have your whole entire YouTube government exposed in the bottom left side of the screen. That's a decent point, but I don't think I'm that well known enough to where, you know, 3-4 teams chase me across the map, and I wish I was exaggerating. No, I quite literally had 3-4 teams chase me across the map. If you see my live streams, or if you watch any of my previous videos, you guys know. You guys know that I get focused to an ungodly degree, and I don't get why. Like, listen, I know I'm a good player. I'm good at best. I'm not like some god tier player, so I don't be understanding why we getting focused as hard as I do. But it happens anyways, and yeah, I pretty much have little chance to fight back. It is not fun dealing with that. So there's that. Solo queue is just gonna be solo queue, no matter whether we have crossplay or not. And what I mean by that is, no offense to those people I do play with. All right, I mean none. No offense to y'all at all. But man, sometimes, man. The decision making that your teammates make, it makes playing the game very hard, especially when you're fighting teams who are so in sync, so cooperative with one another, that it makes playing the game a nightmare. Literally, I wish I was exaggerating. One of these games I played before I invited you know, people from my Discord to play with me. I fought against a team of Shinzo, Assault Ochako, and Assault Deku. Tell me why they beat me up so badly that it glitched out my Plus Ultra, and I still got KO'd. I still got taken down. I pressed it. I spammed that thing like 2-3 times. It still glitched. I still got KO'd, and I still got taken out the game. Before that, I had some teammates that, you know, were on my side, but they were doing whatever they wanted. They I kid you not. One was fighting another team on another quadrant of the map, and the other one was doing the exact same thing in the opposite quadrant of the map. And so you can imagine how that went. It was just not a fun experience to deal with that. Now imagine that, but times that by, like, you know, 20, 30, however many matches I played this season. Boy, oh boy. Like, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing solo queuing while playing this game. I might just have to, you know, permanently just start asking people from my Discord to just join me for some of these videos, because, like, I love doing solo queue, and I feel like that doing solo queue in these rank up games is impressive. I feel like it makes the run itself more impressive. It raises the stakes of the video, in my opinion, and so that's why I do it. I solo queue because, like, you know, it adds much more of a surprise factor, in my opinion, to the matches. That's why I like doing solo queue. But man, just I like like without that, if you're not cherry picking for games, or if you're like if I'm not cherry picking for games, man, I just have I have like probably like I say 5 good games out of like I say 12, 15 games. Like the odds are not good. The odds are not good. I cannot lie. And thanks to just the game, being generous with points at certain points in time until you hit expert rank 3. Which, by the way, I want to talk about that with you guys. Am I tripping, or like did this season the points on in expert rank felt a lot more stingier? If that makes sense, because like in these games you're about to see, I'm about to sit up here and do my usual stuff. Help out my team, get KOs, do revives, team heals, save civilians, and I'm doing all that. And by the time I get to the end of the game and I get my final points, win or lose, I only get like 300 to 800 points, 1,000 if I'm lucky, like really lucky. And I'm just like, was the points always this scarce in expert rank 3? Like I don't remember being that scarce. The points this season, at least in expert rank 3 and above, just felt much stingier compared to previous seasons. But I could be tripping. I don't know. Just it definitely felt off in my opinion. Dang, Ochako. By the way, how do we feel about Assault Ochako? We thinking maybe her alpha needs a nerf. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I get why it's so strong, but man, that alpha is goodness gracious. I guarantee the strongest alpha in the game. I can't think of an alpha that's stronger than hers. But so yeah, so just that's just my main experience. Just focusing, trying to go and rank up and stuff like that. Goodness gracious, All Might was destroying my health bar. And then I destroyed his. Okay, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. But yeah, so I would just love to hear about y'all's experience in this season. How do y'all personally feel about this season? I would love to hear about it. How y'all feel about crossplay? Did you guys ever come across any hackers? I came across several hackers in my experience. I came across a hacking Assault Chaco who was invisible and hitting me without being right next to me. I came across a hacking Compress who was throwing trucks and had increased frames on his truck, so I was getting hit multiple times. I've also come across a hacking Ida. Let me think. Is there anybody else? A hacking Shigaraki. I was supposed to put that in this video, but I'm probably not. Let me know if you guys would love to see it in like a YouTube short or maybe a separate video of itself. But it's guaranteed in one of my live streams. I fought against a hacking Strike Shigaraki who I KO'd and got out the game, and he was so mad that he chased me and my teammate across the map. Devious work. Felt like I was fighting Lord Accurate Shigaraki. Dude was immortal, and he was angry at me. I was All Might, so you can imagine that. That's why I said anime accurate. That hatred for All Might that he had was like none other. Someone's reviving up here. So yeah, I've come across a lot of hackers. I would say I wouldn't say more than 10, but like I definitely can count them on both my hands and be like, yeah, I ran into that amount of hackers in this first run of crossplay. So. Yeah, it's just it's been interesting. It's been interesting to say the least. This is Toga in the air, which she just. Can we talk about that for a second? Why can Toga refresh her cooldowns by transforming into another person? Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Why is that still a thing? But anyways, so we are coming up on season 11, I believe it is, and I've heard that Monoma is coming into the game. Potentially Strike Kendo's skill set is coming into the game and stuff like that. Don't know the full details, and we'll probably see it, this week or right before they release the information, or right before they do the maintenance for the season. What I mean, because on the My Hero Twitter, they release the stuff on a day, literally a couple hours before they do the maintenance. So we'll see it all there, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the next season. What I need them to do, though, I'm gonna be real with you, and this is probably asking for a lot. I need them to find a way to deal with these hackers, man, because I'd be lying if I said they're taking some of the fun out the game when I'm losing 1,000+ points, and I wish I was exaggerating, but in expert rank 3 and above, if you don't get 10 KOs and 12k damage, yeah, you're losing like 1,000 points per loss. So it's like I don't really like that when I'm fighting a hacker who has one shot cheats or infinite plus ultras and stuff like that, and then I lose 1,000 points. I get punished for it. I really would love for them to do something about the hackers. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, I'm not saying I am encouraging hacking, but if you had to hack, why not do it in unranked? Y'all choose ranked out of all places. And by the way, I would like to mention, can we just talk about this about hackers as well? Tell me how they're still somehow bad at the game. And again, not trying to sound like a jerk or nothing, but no, they quite literally are still generally bad at the game, despite having cheats that allow them to literally just lay waste to their competition. By the way, this first match is over. I just realized I've been yapping all this time, but yeah, you guys can just see right there. Pretty decent match. We still able to pull off the win right here. I'm gonna continue my talk in the next match. I'm gonna go ahead and let us transfer on over. But to wholly sum it up, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and everything, and I'm gonna continue on with my experience with this season and what I would like to see hopefully for next season. If they could work some type of magic trick, that'd be great. So let's get into the second match real quick. Dang. So for the second match, as you guys can see, we are in UA Island. I switched to All Might. You guys know that I have my very, very strong All Might build here. For this one, I do not have anybody from my Discord. By this point, people from my Discord, they chose to dip on out, which honestly, I can't blame them. And let's see, and I'm solo queuing by this point. So as I was talking to them, and we was having a little conversation about the game and everything, they were talking about how they were kind of, I guess burnt out in the game. They weren't having as much fun with the game anymore. And I guess that made me want to ask you guys this question. Are you guys in the same boat? Are you guys not having as much fun as well? And if so, what do you think would revive the game to where you could actually go back to having fun in this game again? Do you think tuning ruined, the game? Or do you think this game just needs to do a new game mode? Like, these are different things that I would love to go and chat about with you guys. Oh yeah, I messed up this overhaul. I had to remember that for a second. Which, I don't know if bro already used his heal or not. Cause I just destroyed him. Yeah. He had no fighting chance. He probably should have rebounded. If you're fighting an All Might, I'm gonna say this every time. If you're fighting an All Might, you got to rebound in a timely manner, or he will destroy you. But anyways, yeah. So just tell me guys what you guys personally think. Just are y'all bored with the game? Are you tired of the game, or do you wish that they? What do you guys want to see fixed? What do you guys are hoping for the next season? These are all different questions I want to ask you guys, and it feels like the way I'm talking about it, it's super chaotic, and I'm sorry about that. But it's like I got so much stuff I would love to just talk about in general. So any way you guys can address it, just answer it in your own way. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts. So in this game, I forgot how many KOs and stuff I do. I think this person right here recognized me because yeah, we over here emoting. We having an emote off. So and I feel like I know who they are too. The name looks familiar. But anyways, so yeah, so just hackers, crossplay, stuff like that. I must admit something I want to talk about while I have you guys' attention. If you're still watching this by this point or listening to my commentary, tuning. We need to talk about tuning. We have to. So I love tuning. I'll be honest with you guys. I like the idea of tuning. Something that every time that the game releases a new character or skill set, we get new skills added into the game for it. Now, I think on paper, sounds like a wonderful idea. Sounds like a great idea, and I thought it was pretty good. The reason why I'm talking about it right now is because I'm seeing some flaws with it, in my opinion, that I hope that can be fixed, redo, whatever for next season or for the game's future. For example, characters being locked and no longer being free with the character ticket because of tuning. So a lot of people are talking about, why aren't specific characters free with the character ticket? Like, I think someone said Overhaul. I know Hawks and President Mike aren't free yet. And maybe it's not their time yet, but it's close. And if I have to be honest with you, I doubt they're going to be put on the character ticket. So why are they doing that? In my opinion, they aren't doing it for money reasons of oh, hey, we want you to still spend money for these characters. They're locking the characters to where you can't get them with the ticket because of their tuning skills. So see it through the game developer's perspective with me real quick. If you have every character that they release for this game, ever since they started tuning, they have very, very good, busted, OP, or valuable tuning skills, whether that's special tuning skills or the standard tuning skill. It's still very valuable. Perfect example is Tech Denki. Tech Denki skill is, electrification. You can use that move to stun people with the special tuning slot, or you put them on the regular tuning slot and get an increased damage and reload speed on your alpha. That's literally what I got in this All Might, and that's why I can melt people so quickly. So that's one example. Another example, who's another character? I guess overall, we can talk about overall since I just mentioned him. He gives what, max HP and gamma attack power. Like a lot of these characters, these newer characters have really, really good special tuning skills, whether it is the special tuning slot or the regular tuning slot. And because of that, that's why I feel like these characters are still locked and they are, not able to be bought with the character ticket. That Deku, I'm glad he wasn't any higher level. I would have been done if he was. So, reason why I bring that up, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I need them to change that. They gotta undo that. I feel like that the characters should still be, eventually given to us, via character ticket. Now, if they want to find some type of way to restrict the tuning skill to where you have to, like, I don't know, I'm not gonna say pull the tuning skill, but buy it or something like that. Not buy it with actual money. I mean, like gold currency or something. Like, they need to find another way around it to where they aren't just locking off the roster from players, because now the game is it's slowly but surely stepping away from being I guess free to play, I guess, because like now you have to sit up here and spend money, pull the character, get the tuning skill, and and so on. It's like it doesn't really make it super worth it in my opinion. Not to mention the fact that with these characters and skill sets, something else that also annoys me when it comes to this game is that they make us summon for these characters and buy these characters pretty much. And eventually, after these characters are through their honeymoon phase of being oh so powerful or OP or whatever, then they nerf them to the ground. Hawks, Mirio, and now they're not saying that they're bad, but they're nowhere near what they once was, and it makes it feel like the person who spent money for that character just wasted their money. Wouldn't you agree? So, I don't know. I just wish that they had better handling of that. Or, like the gacha, for an example. I think it would be great if they changed the gacha to where the points transferred from summon to summon. And instead of making the points where it's like, 100 and 200 for, getting the main prizes on the summons, they could just increase the price of the points needed to do that. That way, it's a good balance of, oh hey, you gotta spend the right amount to get this character, and it's not like it's not immediate. It doesn't feel like the game's getting gypped out of their money. I'm trying to find like a good balance between the consumer and the game, the game developers. So at least that's just my thoughts at least. This awful one right here. When I see an awful one like this, I just can't help but just want to melt this guy, and he would have been done right there had I not run out of alphas. But yeah, that's just my personal thoughts. That's why I think that tuning, I like tuning. I like tuning, but there's issues with it. Oh, speaking of issues, I forgot to mention the other issue I have with tuning, and it actually goes with my All Might build and other stuff like that. A lot of my builds, to be honest. The damage slots on tuning. So we're gonna get to a point in tuning where we're gonna probably be one-shotting each other with individual skills. Let's use All Might for an example, as just for this example I have going on. So let's say we get I say another one or two characters, villain and hero, that adds to beta attack power, right? What stops somebody from, like me, using the Christmas build and just completely maximizing All Might's beta and stacking his damage? Now, mind you, with I think 2 beta buffs, I'm already doing almost a guaranteed shield break, if not a guaranteed shield break. It really depends on the team composition, how many assault characters that the opponent team has and how many strike characters I have on my team. But still, I'm doing roughly a guaranteed shield break with about 2 boosts on my beta. So imagine 5. Oh my gosh, they destroyed me. I forgot that happened. They sat up here and tag teamed the mess out of me, and they're not even on the same team. This is actually a good example of what I was talking about. They're not even on the same team, and they just tag teamed the mess out of me. But yeah. So let's say All Might, for example, and I just maximize his beta. Now I'm probably gonna be doing what 5 boosts. I don't know the math on that. You guys can feel free to do the math on that and tell me in the comments. But I would imagine I'm probably breaking 300 per beta. I would imagine. Yeah, I was looking at this guy's profile, cause I was like, do I know this guy? I swear I know the Shigaraki. I swear I know him. The name is familiar. I also have people tell me not to look at people's profiles, so I could get hacked. Which I was about to say to you hackers, suck melons. You guys are freaking buttholes. But anyways, let me get back to my main point. Yeah, so we're gonna get to a point where these skills that we have are gonna be one-shotting people, and that's why I hope that the game developers understand this, they realize this, or they foresee this, and they make the right changes to tuning before that happens. It would be ridiculous to fight against a Deku who's doing 170 per alpha because he has all the alpha increased stats on his skills on his skill set. So that's something I thought about. I hope they they alter it soon. Just change the multiplier. They don't have to change like how much you get from whatever. Just change how much the skills multiply into one another. Because right now it's untapped. It's just pure. It's purely multiplied off of each other, and that's why you get so much damage. I shouldn't be playing as All Might here with my splash damage alphas and be able to do what 106, not counting Revenge Strike. That shouldn't be a thing. All right, I'm sorry. Like I love All Might. I love being like, oh, anime accurate All Might, but that is terrifying fighting this character, and he only needs 2 or 3 hits to kill me. That's not fun to fight against. It's cool to see. It's like, oh hey, theoretically, it's like, oh hey, that's cool to know I could do that, but that is so unfair. Especially depending on and imagine 3 people having that setup. Yeah, I was cooked here. There's nothing I could have done about that. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on like tuning and stuff like that. I love the idea of tuning. I'm glad they added tuning, but it has some flaws that need to be fixed, and I hope that we can see them get fixed, for the future of the game. If not next season, just in a very near future. That'd be really awesome. I think this game is over. I don't think. I think it goes on for a little bit longer, but I don't think we win this. Which I'm kind of upset about it because like that was a good All Might game that I had, and Mirio was doing his thing. My whole team was doing their thing. Just it was a tough match in my opinion. He countered that so well. But yeah, this kind of just goes to show like the whole entire me getting focused type thing. Because like you have people on here who genuinely will sit up here and not be on the same team, and they will focus you down and attack you only. Yeah, they won Mirio. It's a shame. So we are about to go ahead and roll into this 3rd match. So I'll continue my yap session there. So here we go, rolling into our 3rd match. This time we're on USJ. I went back to Shigaraki. You guys already know that Shigaraki is like my pretty much my best character, honestly, with the way that I play. Next in line will probably be like between All Might, Deku, Bakugo. I could throw Strike Dabi in there and Todoroki, but guaranteed number 1 would have to probably be Shigaraki in my honest opinion. I'm trying to sit up here and help out my teammate, but geez, as you can see, prime example, getting focused incredibly hard. And it's like that's probably a full team, so that's kind of fair, but just their teamwork, their synergy is crazy. I feel like Deku knew I was right there, which is why I went for my Gamma, and look, yeah, they're just on me. I have no room to breathe. Willpower for the clutch, because I went down right here. And Kurogiri for the clutch. Yeah, there are times here where it's like games happen like that, but imagine that but without Kurogiri, and that's pretty much my ranked experience. So yeah, so I don't know what it is, and I would love to hear if it's similar for you guys. But whenever it comes to me ranking up in every season, getting from like bronze all the way up to gold, not an issue. Getting from bronze or all the way up to I think it's bronze. I gotta look and see. But hope one is getting from the lowest rank level to expert rank is never a struggle for me. But once I get to expert rank, oh my gosh, that's where it just becomes excuse my cursing, but it becomes hell. Just playing expert rank is hell for me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. It's like I get to expert rank, and in all the good games I had and all the good players that I come across, it just goes out the window. It becomes non-existent. I get there and I'm in purgatory. I'm in ranked purgatory, just stuck there, ranked limbo, and I'm just stuck there suffering, in the eternal fire known as ranked. Look at this. Same Deku. This is the same Deku that hunted me down with Shinzo, and I think, what was it, Cementos? Yeah, there goes Shinzo. And I'm just like, I'm right here. I'm telling you right now, I'm on the verge of crashing out while playing this. I'm like, bro, there's no way these guys hunted me down specifically to fight me. Only reason I get out of this is because of the simple fact that Assault Shigaraki came out of nowhere and started attacking them. That's the only reason I get out of that. Besides that, I'm not saying I go down right there, but there's a good chance that Kurogiri would have to revive me again. Very good chance. And it's just ridiculous. I'm like, bro, there's no way they hunted me all the way down that far. So I'll try to go back in here, I think, to go ahead and probably try the third party. Yeah, I'm looking to see. Yeah, they went down. I was just like, why were they on me so badly? But yeah, expert rank for me for some reason is just straight up purgatory. Just goodness gracious, it is not a fun time. And it's like I don't get why. I don't get it. Do we like get to the point of expert to where like we get to expert rank and we just get overconfident and we start we start playing carelessly? Like I try to think about it sometimes. Like, why do I suffer so much in solo queue when it comes to playing an expert rank? No other rank, not gold, not silver, not none of that. Just expert. So right here, yeah, I'm trying to fight this twice, which I get both the special action and I get the I get the gamma on it, which was wow, that was 145. Yeah, like I guess this is another example of the whole entire tuning thing I was talking about. I'm practically two-shotting people with my gamma if I get it maxed out. If I get it maxed out and I theoretically land gammas, I'm two-shotting most characters. I guess you could say more accurate Shigaraki, but still, that is terrifying. So for you guys, I'd like to ask you guys, is it similar for you guys? Like, do you guys, for those of you that focus on ranking up and getting all the way up to like, ace rank, is expert rank, like the worst spot of ranked for you guys, or is it another spot of ranked? Is it like gold, silver, or anything like that? Like, what's the worst spot for you in ranked? What's the worst rank? For me, hands down, has to be expert. I'm surprised I got this Nejire right here. I'll be real with you. I'm surprised she was that low on health. You would have thought she would have went off to go heal instead of fighting me, but with her being a air character, she probably thought she could take me out before she had to go heal. Until I caught her slipping. So right here, we're I think roughly a little bit above the halfway through the game here. I forgot how this game goes down. I know how it ends. Of course I know how it ends. I forgot how we get to the ending though. Guess we'll see in a couple minutes here. Trying to get this overhaul. So I guess I would like to ask you guys: are there any changes to characters? Not tuning. Throw tuning out the window for right now. We at least I think I've spoken enough about tuning. Are there any changes to characters that you guys would like to see in this upcoming season? Like, any buffs, nerfs, anything changed about, like, the maps or anything? I think USJ is getting updated next season. I'm not fully sure. Don't at me on that. I'm only speculating. I think it's getting updated. And if so, I am super looking forward to that because this map sometimes it is a pain to try to, loot up, find items and stuff like that. It's a struggle sometimes. So... is there anything else I want to say to get off my mind? Because I'm going to commentate on that last match. Which, if you got this far, thank you. I truly appreciate your support. I truly appreciate you guys for actually sticking around and watching these videos. But yeah, I gotta commentate on that last match because I gotta give you guys my thought process on what went down there. I'm surprised I caught Kendo here. I feel like I shouldn't be catching Kendo here, and I'm mad that she flipped around like that. How did she flip her freaking melee like that? Is that's just the natural tracking of the melee? 124 on Alpha, mind you. Anyways, I'm trying to regather my thoughts. Give me a second. My mind is all over the place trying to express my thoughts for this season, the upcoming season, and these games. I already talked about Monoma and the potential skill set, which I believe I already asked how you guys feel about that, but as again, are y'all feeling any type of particular way, or do y'all think that Monoma is going to just be like another broken version of an awful one? Goodness gracious, Kendo came back for revenge. How do I get out of this? Yeah, I'm going to say, how do I get out of this? Do I use willpower or something? And then Bakugo, okay, there we go. Makes more sense. Yeah, do I get out of this? Because I'm not gonna lie, they're on me. There's a team heal. That's probably how. Kendo have plus ultra and everything. Goodness. Yeah, these matches were just kind of chaotic. At least for me, they were chaotic. They just kind of fell all over the place. And I'm trying to fight it to the best of my ability. I was so mad I couldn't get Bakugo right there. I'm mad I wasted all my alphas. Overhaul, like, bro, like, come on. Overhaul just knew I knew I was right there. And instead of going after anybody else, he swung that corner and was like, I'm throwing rocks at you. Yeah, Shigaraki in the cyberpunk outfit, I'm throwing rocks at you. Just crazy. So yeah, so like I was saying though, yeah, let me know in the comments if there's any changes you guys would like to see for the next season, especially with them bringing in Monoma and whatever skill kit we're going to get, which I can't wait to see what that looks like. Goodness gracious, willpower has popped like 3-4 times alone in this match. That is crazy. Like, I was actually getting cooked this season, and I had no items. Like that's how you know I was struggling. I got no healing. I got nothing. Just some shields. I throw down a beta right there, thinking that maybe not Awful One, Overhaul was still in there, but well, there he is, wherever he was at. Then there goes Toga. No, I think that's Shinzo. Was that Toga or Shinzo? I think it was Shinzo. And then, like, look at that. Shigaraki, you just post up around the corner, just waiting for somebody to come into your area. Like, bro, what's going on here? We got 7 teams in this small circle. What's going on, people? Please, explain to me. But yeah, we're just about to end game. I was trying to think to myself, why didn't I revive Dabi right here? And that's because I was struggling for healing. And watch, I think Shigaraki's gonna fly over here. I didn't even see him, but yeah, he flew over. Actually crazy. Got 112 right there on Gamma. I think I catch him again and force him to use Plus Ultra. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he was probably cooked right there if he didn't Plus Ultra, which that would have been great. That would have been awesome. I guess I would like to ask you guys this question. Is there any characters you feel like that need to be updated for the upcoming season? And 2 characters come to my mind, honestly. Tech Dabi and Yellow Shiki. Now you're probably thinking, Tez, why would you throw Yellow Shiki in the same conversation as Tech Dabi getting updated? And the reason why is because, let's be honest, people probably use Strike Shigaraki more than Assault Shigaraki. And what's the reason for that? Well, Strike Shigaraki is now a literal demon, if we're going to be honest. He is a grounded demon, to be fair, but he is a demon on ground. Let's be honest. You touch the ground, and this character is anywhere in your lobby, or he makes it the end game, and you just quite literally can't play the game sometimes. So, in my experience, I don't exactly have that problem with Yellow Shigaraki. I feel like that he's lacking in that. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's bad or anything. We already know that bro can combo you to death and just melt away your HP. But I feel like that a lot of people in the beginning consider him to be better because of the fact that he has vertical movement. But in my opinion, that's not why I would even consider him to be better. That's why I don't consider him to be better, to be honest. Like, yeah, he has vertical movement, but in my opinion, unless you hold down your Gamma, it does kind of make you an easy target to get shot out the air. And then now with the buff that they gave to Shigaraki recently, where increased HP, and his special action got buffed and everything. This guy is he's a terrorist on the field if you don't focus him. If you don't focus down Shigaraki, it's over. I wanted to go after Kurogiri here, which is why I say I do the apology voice right here, because I wanted to go after him, but if I went to go after him right there with the amount of items I had, we would have lost. We would have lost this game right then and there. So I chose to stay in the circle and just try to fight it out with Dabi here. So yeah, so the reason why I say that Assault Shigaraki could use some type of update or something like that is because it's like I feel like he needs something else to go ahead and really fight back, because you technically still have to fight on the ground with the character. So that's why the whole entire vertical movement thing didn't really make sense to me, because it's like, what does the vertical movement thing matter if you still have to pretty much attack your opponents on the ground with the guy? You feel me? Like, sure, he can attack people in the air, but you're only getting like 50 damage off or something, It's very minuscule compared to, like, characters with actual aerial projectiles. Yeah, I remember how this goes now. So I start healing here to go ahead and try to regather myself, and I make sure to take out Ochako right here so that, she don't get back up all of a sudden. And now, right here, for this Ochako, she probably thought she was safe. Yeah, she was not safe at all. And that right there is how I get the W for my squad. Let's go. But yeah, but that is just my thoughts, my rambling, and if you made it this far, I truly appreciate you, and I thank you. If you haven't already subscribed already, hey, please consider subscribing. Smashing the like button, smashing the subscribe button, and those notification bells definitely come in handy. Definitely helps out a lot. let's get into this final match and see just how crazy it actually is. So here we go for the final match of the video and the season, at least I have planned currently. I decided to hop on Bakugo. So, spoiler ahead of time for you guys. In the next season, I will guarantee be doing a Strike Bakugo or Bakugo in general, a Bakugo build, tuning system build, and I'm very much excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. I have builds, and I have builds that are in the progress of being made right now, and Bakugo is one of them. Another one is Endeavor. I have one for Overhaul on standby that I'm working on. Let me think. I got to look to see what other builds I have, but the top two that I really want to get out for next season for tuning build ideas is Bakugo, Strike or Rapid. You can use either one, I feel like, with these builds I have in mind, and Endeavor. I really want to make a build for Endeavor and make him, I guess, anime accurate or as close to anime accurate as possible. So I'm really looking forward to it. I say if you're a Bakugo fan or Endeavor fan, be looking forward for that for next season, because as soon as I get the resources I need for the next license, I will be putting it into those two characters, so we can go ahead and see how powerful those builds are on those two characters. Uh, this match. Let's talk about this match for a second. So as you guys see, like I said, playing Bakugo, testing out different little here's and there's about my build or whatever. I'm playing my team here. Teams look decent, and I would love to say something, but it would be spoiling it until we get to that point. So I'm going to just wait a little bit. But yeah, I'm just playing Bakugo this map. I'm getting up my items, getting up my shield. And no, I'm forget it. I'm spoiling it. I'm spoiling it. There's a hacker. There's a hacker in this game. So this was the last game I played. At least as of right now, I'm recording. This was the last game that I played before I was just like, you know what, I'm done. So when I was playing this, I went through like 20, 30 plus games probably of just non-stop L's and maybe like 3-4 wins in between, but most of my matches were losses, and I was just losing thousands on thousands of points, and in return I was only getting back like a couple hundred points. I moved right there because Shinzo had the special tuning skill to open the chest quicker, so it would be more effective for him to open it versus me. But yeah, I was just going through non-stop losses, and I was just losing thousands of points. I didn't D rank, thank goodness, but I couldn't get my footing. I couldn't go ahead and I couldn't get on a roll, that roll that I needed. So by this point, I'm just like, you know what? Whatever happens this game is what happens. Or I wasn't like that till I fought the hacker. I was pretty much I was in silent mode. You ever had those games where like you just go silent and you're just like, you know what? You can't be stunned at what happened to you in this game because you expected it. You just kind of over what how the game was going. So you just stay silent. You're like, you know what? It is what it is, and you click on to the next match. That was me while playing this game. I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. I'm still trying to rank up because it's like I would love to go ahead and hit that ace rank before the season ends, but it's like. It was starting to get to my mentals. I'll be honest with you guys. It was starting to get to my mentals. I was on the verge of crashing out off and on. I did crash out at a certain point when playing this. I crashed out specifically on the El Chaco Deku Shinzo game I told you guys about earlier in the earlier matches. Yeah, that one, not gonna lie to you, I definitely crashed out. But we're all human. We're all human. We have moments. So by this point, I believe, is when our lucky hacker shows up. And no, it's not Dabi here. I was surprised to see an aggressive tech Dabi. That surprised me. He actually pulled up on me and just started fighting me. And well, he ended up regretting it. 91%. Goodness, that is crazy. So I think, do we get Dabi right here? No. Ida, hey, there we go. Hey, lucky little hacker right there, you. Yeah, Ida is our hacker here. And we get him out, surprisingly, just for him to do that. He stood back up and started drinking his imaginary drinks. As you can see, the whole squad here is stunned and confused. For good reason. You're telling me bro got back up from the dead, undead Ida, and he's just there, stagnant. Don't know what bro's doing. I think he even starts fighting at one point. I think. Yeah, and then Yayorozu. I don't know if Yayorozu and Ito on the same team. Okay, well, yeah, there goes the kick. And we can't hit him now, mind you. So he has plus ultra active. We can't hit him, and he's just kicking us for 150 per kick. I think it's 150 per kick. I don't know if he has tuning or not. But I'm just like, let me get away from him. I was telling my team right there that we should probably get away from that guy, because if he's just swinging random kicks and we're getting hit, we should probably get away from the general vicinity of him, so we can stop taking damage that we can't do anything about. I tried to throw one last grenade to see if we can do anything about him. It doesn't work. I just had to leave it as it is, and just go on and keep fighting other teams. But yeah, Ida, man, a hacking Ida. Did I say a hacking Ida when I was listening off the hackers I fought against earlier? I don't think I did, because I wanted to say it for you guys. But yeah, so hacking Ida, hacking Compress, hacking Ochako, hacking Shigaraki, and I think I even come across a hacking Deku as well. I think. So that's guaranteed. That's 5 at least I know off the top of my head that I can think of. Got nice damage on Shinzo right there. That was like 230. That was like 281. Which yeah, I just know him right here. He just get melted. Yeah, I can't wait to finish the build for this guy. So the build I haven't. So the reason why I say this is gonna be a standard Bakugo build for the build I have in mind for this character is because the way I'm building it, you should be able to use it for either rapid or strike and still be able to go ahead and get a lot of benefit from it. So that's why I say it. That's why I was saying it like that. But yeah, I can't wait till I can do that. Now I'm trying to confirm the KO. Sometimes even that got me killed from time to time, trying to confirm my KO, which I guess, you should have the skill/knowledge to go ahead and know when it's okay to confirm a kill and when it's okay to not confirm one. So by this point, we have a Yayorozu, which I'm going to be honest, I thought she was hacking too for a second. And the reason why is because she was launching so many cannons. And at least in the game, while I was playing in the game, it looked like she was throwing out like 4 or 5 cannons. But as you can see right there, it was just 3. But just in the midst of the game, it felt like she was throwing out more cannons than she actually had, and I was just confused by it. I was like, what in the world's going on? So I believe it is Yayorozu and Cementos on the same team here. They probably had Ida on their team, and he's still stuck in the corner over there kicking with his hacks and stuff like that. Yeah, I make sure to keep my eye on them too, because you take your eyes off of them and you get deleted, when you're this high into the ranks. I don't know who we downed right there. I don't know who they downed right there. Okay, it was Dabi. I was like, who in the world they downed? So that was Tech Dabi. Yeah, by this point, I'm looking for the Yayorozu and the Cementos, because yeah, they're the last ones by this point. They took out the last team, and this is where the final showdown between 2 supports, Yayorozu and Cementos versus me and my squad, 2 strikes and a rapid character. So at first, I'm feeling good about this. I'm like, you know what? I should be able to fight this guy. And then I get comboed to death by Cementos. I forgot how much, damage he can do, especially with his combos and the fact that he can stun you and stuff like that. So right here, Yayorozu, I believe she's low on health, which is why she's panic rolling. And I'm trying to get a shot on her somewhere. Okay, no. She's not low on health yet, but I go through her shield right here with another howitzer. 200, not counting the roll-up damage. So we get it right there, and boom. This right here kind of makes me also think, like, no, you got to be hacking, because where does she go? They don't have a Kurogiri. So where does she go? Who's hacking here? Why does she just instantly teleport and get away? And she gets up very fast, too. So the reason why I don't think she's hacking, I believe this player is actually on PlayStation. At least to my knowledge, you can't hack on PlayStation. But still, it is crazy. I'm like, how in the world did she get out of that? She was done. She was cooked. And then I get hit right there by our famous hacker, I believe. Like, I don't know if it was the Ida hacker or if there was a second hacker in this lobby. And you'll see why I say that in a second. Matter of fact, it's not too far from here. But yeah, so I don't know if we just, same hacker. The hacker has to be on their team by this point. I don't know why he would still be in the lobby if he wasn't on their team. He can't get any points, being down. I don't think he can. So by this point, I'm trying to go and confirm my KO on Yayorozu because, Yayorozu, she could be a problem if you ignore her, even if you don't keep an eye on her. But that can probably be said for most characters. So do my best to dodge her shield, which I do. The Gamma. Bro, I know, but they just buffed Bakugo's Gamma, but can we buff it again? Can we get armor on it or something? That'd be great. So by this point, I was trying to go ahead and get Yayozu out, but Cementos went ahead and saved her. By this point, I'm trying to take time to go ahead and heal, which I believe I get at least a little bit of healing off. But yeah, this last little circle here, very interesting to say the least. Yeah, you can tell by the way I'm moving around. I'm desperately going to try to get some heals off. I think right here, I trust Shinzo to finish that team heal, and I don't think he gets the opportunity to finish it because of either Yaoyorozu or our nice, fun little hacker that we have. I guess we'll see right here in a minute. I believe it's Yaoyorozu, though. Right here. This is why I say they should buff the Gamma, I think. Yeah, because Cementos fell out of my Gamma, which results in my KO. So for that reason right there, buff the Gamma, please. That is ridiculous. He shouldn't have fell out of that. He should have been down from that. So, as you guys can see, I'm crawling, and our hacker hits me away. And then Cementos makes sure he finishes me off. At least he thinks he does. You guys see it here? Look at this. You can't make this up. You genuinely can't make this up. Cementos thought that I was done. He thought I was cooked. He thought I would have went down to the storm. The hacker here, I guess the hacker knows me or something, or maybe he was feeling very generous. He hits me back in the circle enough to where it doesn't kill me, and he gives me revive cards and healing. You can't make this up. And so, yeah, I use it to my advantage. I take full advantage of it, and I get my get back. Because I'm like, nah, I shouldn't have went down right there. Whether, you know, Cementos is hacking or not, or whatever's going on, I shouldn't have went down to Cementos right there. If anything, Cementos should have been down from my Gamma, and he shouldn't have fell out of it. So, yeah, I took the opportunity here to get my get back. Doing everything I can to go try to confirm this win for me and my team. So, now that that's out of the window and, you know, we've seen the evil that has taken place here today, this is where I end my Ace Rank journey for this season. I did not end up getting Ace Rank. I could have told you guys ahead of time, but I want you guys to stick around and watch the video. 112 on an alpha is terrifying. Yeah, I don't get Ace Rank this season. Either still right there, as you guys can see. I don't get Ace Rank. I decided to go ahead and just drop it, especially after this game where I'm getting help from a hacker. It's like it doesn't really feel fair anymore for me to continue to pursue this. Plus, I got stuff to do outside of gaming to where I won't really have time to finish up the last little bit I need to go and get to Ace Rank. So we will sadly have to go ahead and try for next season to go ahead and get Ace Rank. Hopefully the season will be better for me when I go ahead and try again. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please smash the like button, subscribe button, and those notification bells. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.